Hello everyone, this is Swati. Let's begin with winter aconite flower, and the botanical name is Eranthis hyemalis. So let's go ahead and make this one. Now for this particular flower, for the entire flower I'm using a 28 gauge wire. So these are my 28 gauge wire, and I'm just trimming them approximately 6 centimeters each. So I will be needing 6 wires for my petals, and I need 2 wires for the center part of the flower. So I'll just keep them here. Now this is the regular cotton thread that we get in the market. So I'll take the thread, I'll take the 2 fingers this way, and I am just going to wrap it around. Now for 5 6, so I've already done 6 folds. Now here I'll be doing like 15 folds. So 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 and 15. Now before I go ahead and cut it off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my wire and I'm going to put it inside this way, alright, and then simply fold it like this, and I'm going to twist my wire a little tightly. Okay, now I'm going to remove it from my hands. So cutting the extra one. So this is something that I get. Alright, so I'll keep it here. Now taking another wire, I'm going to take this. Pushkal Mama is doing some work, beta. Okay, I'm going to fold it this way and I'm going to twist it here. Okay, now once I'm done doing this, I'm going to cut it like this. Okay, so now I've got the 2 centers. So this is basically what I was looking for. Now what I'll do is I'll simply go ahead and separate these. So this is what I get. Alright, to make the center part, I have this 1 centimeter yellow color paste with me, and I'll grab my wire. I'm just going to bend this wire a little so that I lock my gum paste properly, and I'm going to lock it up this way. Okay, so once I'm done doing this, this is a kind of cylindrical shape that I'm making, a bit cylindrical, so something like this from the top. Now what we have to do is I will have to make 6 stamens. So 1, I'm going to cut them into 6 parts. Okay, so 1 I have done. Now 2 and 3rd one, 4th one, and the 5th one. So this is how I've cut them. So this is basically what I was looking for. So now once I've cut them, I'm going to take my tool and I'm just going to make these lines further down. Okay, so this gives me something like these are separated from each other. It will give us that kind of effect. Okay, so now once done with this, I am going to I'm just making these lines more, a little more visible, so that they are visible a bit more clearly. So this is the center part, what I'm looking for this particular flower. Okay. Now once I'm done doing this, I'm going to keep it to dry for some time, and I'm going to grab my green color dust. Okay, I'm grabbing my green color dust, and to this center portion I am going to dust this from the top. So we just have to do it on the top part, something like this. It should be like shaded kind. Okay, now once I'm done doing this, I'm going to grab my green color tape, elongate my tape a little, and I'm going to put it here. Okay, now the length for this particular thing has to be a little down. So something like this. Okay, so we have to place it a little down. Now before we go ahead and place this, I am going to use my semolina covered with dust. So generally I keep it in this bottle, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these and I'm going to put a little bit of edible glue on the top, and then I'm going to dip in my semolina. Okay, so this is what I get. Okay, so now once I'm done doing this, I am going to grab the center part, put it here, and just take my tape and bind them together. I'm sorry, my finger is hurt. I'm doing it with a different finger today. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to separate these from each other. So let me put some edible glue. I'll put a bit of edible glue here. Okay, and stick them this way so that these stamens seems to be stuck to each other. Again, we will have to separate these. Now we have to be little careful while doing this. Okay, so this is what we were looking for. I'll keep it to dry here for some time. Now comes to the petal part. I'm going to grab my yellow paste, taking my veining board, and I need 6 petals, so this is like 1.5 centimeter ball each, so I'm just going to make 6 petals. So 3 I'll make now and 3 the next time. Now I'm not using any particular cutter here, so what I'll do is I'll take approximately 3 centimeter length. So I'm going to simply cut it this way. Give me 1 minute, I'll show you. So this is the shape that I've given. Now once I'll remove, I'll show you the shape again. So this is basically the shape we were looking for. I think this is a little bigger, so let me just chop it off a little more. You can always compare your petal shapes with one another. If you feel one is bigger than the other, you can go ahead and cut it off. So now what I'm going to do is again dipping it into edible glue and then inserting my wire here. This is what we get. So I'm going to do the same with the other two. Just give me 1 minute. The wire was coming off from the other end. Okay, so now I'm just locking it here. So this is what I get. Again dipping it in the glue and keep it here. Now 3 of the petals are done. Let me go ahead and make another 3. Now again cutting the same. So first petal. Second and the third. Again dipping them in the glue and inserting my wire here. Locking it up. Repeating the process. And the last one. So we are now done with the petals, and I'm going to grab my foam pad. So I have my foam pad here now. So I've dusted with cornstarch, and I'm going to put all my petals here. I'm going to grab my ball tool, and with the help of ball tool I am thinning out the edges of my petal. Okay, so it should be visible, so I'll hold it this way. Why are you laughing, Pushkar? I'm sorry guys, I have my kid with me, so he's playing with something. So this is how thin my edges are now. So I'm done thinning my petals now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my Petal Veiner. Now this is the Petal Veiner that I'm using for this particular flower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it here and keep it on the top and simply vein this. So this is a beautiful effect that I'm getting. So I'll repeat the process with all my petals. Now if you want the link of this Petal Veiner, I can go ahead and give it to you in the description box below. You can go ahead and make your purchases from there. Sorry. Now once I'm done veining my petals, what I'm going to do is I am simply going to further, just give it a little bit of turn. I mean something like this much. Okay. And I have this, so I will go ahead and keep it on this just to dry these petals. Now once I'm done putting my petals here, I'm going to grab the center portion. Now you can keep these petals to dry for about 10 to 15 minutes, but since these are already kind of semi-dry, so I'm putting them here on my flower center. So I'll take my green tape and I'm just going to elongate this tape a little. Taking my center part, I'll start to put my, now once I go ahead and put it like this, I would have to bend my petals this way. I hope it's visible, something like this, so that it comes in this shape. This is what exactly the shape that I'm looking for. So we will have to bend our petals a little. Now I'm going to I'm just bending it like this. Okay. Since mine are a little wet, so once I'm putting them here, I'm giving them some shape. And I usually like to put semi-dry petals only because this allows me to give them shape, further shape with hands. So I have all my 6 petals binded here. So now once I'm done with binding of these petals, I am just going to shape them like this. Okay. So basically this is what I was looking for. What a beautiful flower it is. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off this extra, and now we will be making the sepal part of the flower. Okay, let's begin the sepal portion now. For the sepal portion, I'm taking this dark green paste, leaf green paste basically, and I am just kneading it a little. I'm taking this dark green paste and I'm kneading it a little. Now the measurement of that paste was 2 centimeters, and I am rolling it thin. Now I'm using this particular cutter for this, and it is 4 centimeter in diameter. Okay, so I'll cut it off this way. Now once I'm done cutting, what I further have to do is to get the correct shape of the sepals. I am going to, okay, I'm just removing this extra part. Okay. Now to get the correct shape, what I'm going to do is I'm further making a slit in the center. So in one petal I'm making 3 slits, and in the rest of them I'm making 2 slits. I mean 1 slit, so that it becomes 2. I'll show you. So something like this. Alright. Now now once I'm done with this, I'm going to again take my foam pad here. Okay. Keep it on the foam pad, and I'm going to grab my tool. Now once I'm done grabbing my tool, what I'll do, I'll separate these like this from each other, and I'm going to elongate them and thin them out using my ball tool. So something like this. Okay, so I'm going to do this. So I'm doing it with all the sepal parts. So once I'm done with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some V kind of slits here. V shape. Okay, I'll tell you the reason and I'll show you. Okay, so I have done these V kind of slits. Okay, Now once I'm done doing these, I am further thinning them out so that we get some realistic kind of sepals. Okay, so something like this is what I was looking for. So once I'm done doing this, what I'm going to do is I am going to further vein them a little with the help of my tool. So very little veins this way. I'm using the same Petal Veiner so that we get a little effect of the veins on my sepals. Okay, so you can see that little effect is there on the veins. So this is what I was looking for. Now once I'm done doing this, what I'm going to do is I am going to take my edible glue. I'm going to put some of the edible glue okay, and I'm going to simply insert it from down and stick it here to my flower. Okay, so this is how beautiful flower that I get. It's a winter aconite flower. Alright, I hope you have enjoyed watching the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye bye.